The Halloween night was unusually quiet, the kind of silence that makes shadows stretch longer than they should and jack-o'-lanterns flicker as if alive. Elara, a young witch with fiery red hair cascading over her shoulders, wandered through the narrow cobblestone streets, her cloak brushing against the cold stones. She loved this hour when the veil between worlds thinned, when magic seemed to linger in the air. Tonight, though, there was something different, a subtle hum like a heartbeat that wasn't her own. From the corner of her vision, she noticed a figure emerging from the darkness. At first glance, he appeared human, tall with sharp features and a devilish smile, but the aura around him made her pause. There was something dangerous, intoxicating. His eyes glinted with secrets and mischief, and Elara felt a shiver crawl down her spine. "You walk alone on a night like this," he said, his voice smooth, almost melodic, with an edge that made the hairs on her arms stand. "Are you not afraid?" Elara lifted her chin, a small smile playing on her lips. "I fear nothing," she replied, though her heart raced with the thrill of the unknown. The air around them seemed to thrum with energy, as if the very night had paused to witness this encounter. Shadows danced along the alley walls, twisting into shapes that resembled whispered secrets. Then from the corner of her eye, Elara saw her, a young woman standing across the street, observing quietly. Lyra. Lyra's hair was a soft cascade of brown, her eyes luminous and curious, sparkling with an inner light that contrasted the darkness around them. There was an instant recognition between them, an unspoken understanding that drew Elara closer. She felt an invisible thread pulling her toward Lyra, one that refused to be ignored. As Elara approached, Lyra's lips curved into a tentative smile, and a warmth blossomed in her chest. When their fingers brushed, it was electric, a shiver that ran through both of them, delicate and insistent. The devil watched from the shadows, a soft chuckle escaping him, before vanishing in a wisp of smoke, leaving only the faint scent of brimstone. Now alone, the two women stood facing each other under the pale light of the street lamps. The world felt impossibly large and impossibly small at once. "You're different," Lyra said, her voice low, almost a whisper. "And you're familiar," Elara replied, surprised at the truth of it. Time seemed to slow, the cool night wrapping them in a cocoon of intimacy. Then, as if the universe itself had given permission, they leaned toward each other. Their lips met softly at first, tentative, testing, then deeper, as if trying to memorize the warmth and softness of the other. A soft gasp escaped Lyra, and Elara's heart ached with a mixture of awe and longing. After that first kiss, they walked together through the deserted streets, sharing stories and laughter, learning the edges of each other's souls. Lyra told Elara about her childhood in a quiet town, her love for old books, and the strange fascination she had with the supernatural. Elara revealed her secret world of magic, potions, and spells, laughing at her own clumsy attempts at enchantments when she was younger. Eventually, they reached Lyra's apartment. The night had deepened into the quiet intimacy of early morning. They removed their coats, shedding the cold of the streets and the tension of anticipation, and lay down on the bed, side by side. Lyra rested her head on Elara's shoulder, and for a moment, they simply listened to each other's breathing. They talked for hours about fears, dreams, the things they had never shared with anyone else. Elara traced patterns on Lyra's arm absent-mindedly, each touch sending tiny sparks of magic and emotion between them. Lyra responded with soft laughter, leaning closer, until their bodies molded together naturally. The conversation ebbed and flowed, a gentle rhythm that only deepened their connection. At some point, words became unnecessary. Their lips met again, slower this time, savoring the closeness, the tenderness, the certainty that they had found something rare and unbreakable. They held each other, whispering confessions, promises, and soft sighs. The night stretched around them, a sanctuary of warmth, magic, and love. When the first light of dawn filtered through the curtains, they still lay entwined, hearts beating in quiet harmony. Elara brushed a strand of hair from Lyra's face, smiling. "I think some spells really are meant to last forever." Lyra laughed softly, a sound that seemed to make the morning glow brighter. "Then let's make this one last." And so it did.